At London County, we are a professional mentoring organisation committed to helping its clients deliver transformational results. I'm Neil Burns and I'm the Managing Director of London County, and I'm very privileged to lead an organisation focused on developing people and developing the leadership capability in those individuals.
I think one of the great things about being successful in sport is the opportunity to pass your experience on to others, and it's been a great pleasure for me to help via London County Mentoring to help others that have that ambition, have that desire to be successful.
David Priestley, I'm a chartered psychologist. I work as Head of Psychology and Personal Development within Saracens Rugby Club. My relationship with London County came about over around 5 years now, and for me it's the best place I've been able to go to develop myself and learn about myself, whilst applying that back in my context.
I'm Richard Hill, a former Saracens, England and British Lions rugby player. I've had the pleasure to be involved with London County for probably 4 years. I found it hugely beneficial.
My name's Tom Gamel. I'm a professional mentor for London County. I'm a former racing driver and I'm the Academy Director at Carlin Motorsport. London County gave me space to spend time with like-minded sportsmen that almost played a mentoring role with me. Gave me the opportunity to listen to their own experiences and to feel empowered and have the confidence to then speak about my own experiences.
My name's Julian Patton, one of the professional mentors at London County.
My name is Steve Turner. I'm a business psychologist and leadership coach working with all sectors and industries in helping to improve performance and leadership at work. I've been working with Neil over the last couple of years to think about how we can use the most of the accumulated knowledge and experience that we've got.
Hi, I'm Hugh Leventon. I'm one of the London County professional mentors. The whole process of mentoring is important for everybody, from day one to the day they decide to leave this one. But I think for young people particularly, there is just so much pressure on them today about developing and delivering something, sometimes beyond their understanding, but very often within their grasp of their own discipline, that they need some help and they need somebody to turn to that can say, I can ask you some questions, which fundamentally will help you decide on your own roadmap.
Mentors are important. Important in the sense of they can give you guidance at important times.
I feel like a lot of the time young people do have an ambition or they have a skill and people just expect them to excel with the skill, and I think they need a lot of help along the way.
I think mentoring is very important. I was forced in front of so many individuals within my sporting time whereby I didn't really feel a unique connection, and certainly to be able to build that connection with a mentor gives me certainly a lot of space and a unique opportunity to be able to share my thoughts, something that I hadn't really experienced in my sport. So I think mentoring gives you that bond and that direction.
Listening to the experiences of other international players, aspiring international players, and players that have also had difficulties. I think we've got a huge amount that we can learn through that, and that is very much part of the mentoring process that I believe we can offer.
Mentors are a mirror. They can say things, feedback what they see. They're provocateurs, they're challengers. They ask the difficult questions that maybe other people can't ask, whether it's bosses or peers or customers or teammates, subordinates. Asking difficult questions, getting people to think.
I can't say more strongly how important it is to have perhaps someone, a senior figure in your life that has your best interests at heart and gives you good counsel. It's very important.
The benefits of having a professional mentor in Neil has been really valuable to me. I think if I look back on my relationship over the last 8 years and where I've got to and where I was, it's been really good to have somebody who's been a consistent and solid influence on my life.
Actually, one of the things that saddens me about seeing young people in sport is there's too often you see that lack of joy. It's becoming too much of a job because so much of their self-esteem, am I succeeding, am I going to earn money, am I going to make it, takes over. What we try and do is bring back that sense of joy, and it's the key thing.
It's through the thinking process. Oh yeah, what does that mean? Why do I do this? from that comes the reflection that gives the insight which they can then turn into new behaviour. That's what makes the big difference.
I'm very privileged to be able to facilitate learning in the company of some very experienced people from both business and sport. And our London County Captains Days, which is where we use golf as the vehicle for developing people and helping them to understand more about leadership, have involved some of the really high performing individuals who have helped to decorate British sport.
We've had all sorts of different activities and experiences with London County mentoring over the years. Cricket matches, golf days, get-togethers. But the thing that always strikes me is that when we gather people in a room, people from different backgrounds, different lifestyles, who play different sports, but there's a lot of common ground.
One of the key features of our work is helping people to become more self-aware and also helping people to understand how best they can contribute towards the leadership of others.
Leaders have the ability to touch everyone's lives, really. I mean, it can be just a dry academic subject, but actually when you see leadership in action, it makes a huge difference.
I think for me, leadership, it just means that the all-round contribution of an individual is enhanced. So their ability to get the most out of themselves and their ability to get the most out of others at the same time is quite a unique thing.
I think leadership is massively important within sport and business. I was fortunate enough to play with some of the best leaders and have some of the best leaders around in Sir Clive Woodward, Martin Johnson. Self-awareness is massive. I certainly took huge pride in making sure that I was a leader of myself, and that would translate into the qualities of the team.
You read the textbooks and self-awareness is always there at the top and everyone says it. And I guess it can be seen as an end in itself, but it isn't. It's absolutely vital, but it's to be applied.
Developing self-aware leadership is crucial. I think for sustained long-term performance as an individual or as part of a team, you need to develop quality leaders and invest in leadership from a young age.
London County Mentors can be huge in terms of building the environment and the culture, but also just getting individuals to understand the importance of the role they play.
And that's what we're helping our young people to do, is to begin to do that, to help them build the skills and the resilience to deal with that roller coaster. It helps them with their performance, but also it really helps them look towards their future life and how they're going to be brilliant human beings.
We put great emphasis in our work in developing effective leaders into how people think, awareness of that, awareness of their emotional state, awareness of the way they relate to other people and their interactions and communication, self-awareness about what's really most important to them, where they're headed in life, their values. But then so what? It's how that gets applied. So I think the work we do, it's quite deep, but it's also very practical. How does that self-awareness get applied? Because you can't really start leading other people until you start leading yourself first.
Working in a programme is one of the key themes with a number of middle managers about how they could develop more of a sandpit for themselves of being playful, with ideas, with possibilities. And that's important not just for themselves and their own sense of well-being, which gives rise to higher performance, but also it's really important if they are going to be more capable of generating new ideas, innovative ideas, new possibilities.
Most clubs or most organisations, they have internal programmes that they run. This is the best complement external to a club or an organisation in the marketplace.
So I think the really exciting bit about London County in this work is to say, from all these different places and these great people that we know, how can we use that accumulated wisdom to make a real impact on the next generation, whether it's in sport or business, how they can make the most of their potential, be guided by people who've been there and done it and know stuff, so they can make the right decisions in life, whether those decisions are in the boardroom or the office or the playing field, or indeed decisions they make in their private lives, because we're interested in the whole person, not just the work person. Get the whole person and their performance is going to be all the greater.
Our intention is to develop brilliant human beings